I used to believe our love was different. Strong, unshakable. 3 years together, countless memories, late-night talks about the future. We weren't perfect, but we had each other, and that was enough. At least, that's what I thought. Then, one night she sat across from me at our dinner table, playing with the hem of her sweater. There was something in her eyes, something calculating. My gut twisted. I should have known right then. She took a deep breath and said, "I think we should try an open relationship." It wasn't a suggestion. It wasn't a question. It was a statement. For a second, I just stared at her, the sound of my heartbeat thudding in my ears. I could feel the walls of our apartment closing in around me, squeezing the air from my lungs. We'd had this conversation before. Years ago, when we first started dating, she had mentioned it, just a passing thought. I told her I wasn't interested. I was clear. I'm a monogamous person. She had accepted that, or at least I thought she had. Now here she was bringing it up again. Why? No, I said firmly. She tilted her head, her lips pressing into a thin line. Just think about it, she insisted. It could spice things up. We could even share a girlfriend if you want. I shook my head, my jaw tightening. I don't want that. And you knew that from the beginning. Something dark flickered in her expression. Then she leaned back, crossing her arms. You're being close-minded, she said, her voice sharp. You don't even want to try? Not even a little, I shot back. And that's when I saw it. The shift. A flicker of frustration. A glimpse of something she didn't mean to show me. That's when I started to wonder. That's when the seed of doubt planted itself in my mind, and that's when everything started falling apart. The conversation ended that night, but something had changed between us. She was different, distant, cold. She started sleeping in the guest room. Conversations became short, clipped. She wouldn't look at me the same way. I tried to fix it. Are we okay? I asked her one night. She shrugged. It's not important anymore. But it was. It was everything. I started venting to my friends, telling them about her behavior, about the sudden push for an open relationship. And that's when one of them said something that made my stomach drop. Maybe she's already cheating. I laughed, at first. It sounded ridiculous. But then I started thinking, what if she wasn't asking for an open relationship? What if she was just trying to ease her guilt? And once that thought entered my mind, it wouldn't leave. 2 weeks later, I couldn't take it anymore. We need to talk, I told her, sitting her down at the same table where she had first brought it up. She rolled her eyes. I already told you, forget about it. No, I said, my voice steady. I want to know why you keep pushing this. Be honest with me. Just say it. She exhaled sharply, rubbing her temples. Then she looked at me and said, because I wanted to see other people. Silence. The words hung between us, sharp as glass. I swallowed. So why not just break up with me? She hesitated, and that's when I saw it, the real truth buried deep. Because I didn't want to lose you. A hollow laugh escaped my lips. You didn't want to lose me, but you still wanted to sleep with other people? She didn't answer. That's when I said it. If you want to screw someone else, just say it. But if that's what you want, we're over. I expected her to cry. I expected her to apologize. Instead, she slammed her hands on the table and screamed, Fine, I've been screwing him anyway, and I'm pregnant. Everything stopped. The air disappeared from my lungs, the room blurred. Pregnant. By a man. By our friend. The sound of my own heartbeat roared in my ears. You're lying, I whispered, shaking my head. She smirked, arms crossed. No. And you know what? I was hoping you'd just agree to the open relationship so it wouldn't have to come out like this. My hands trembled, my vision tunneled. I could barely hear my own voice when I finally spoke. Get out. She didn't move. I said, "Get out!" I roared, my voice breaking. But she just sat there, staring at me with those cold, indifferent eyes. Like she hadn't just destroyed everything. I couldn't take it. I grabbed my keys, my phone, and I walked out. I left my own damn apartment because I couldn't stand to be in the same room as her. That night, I stayed at a friend's house, numb, staring at the ceiling, realizing that the woman I loved had been lying to me for months, and she had planned to trap me in it. The next few days were a blur. I called my landlord and started the process of breaking my lease. I packed my things, deleting every memory of her from my phone. She kept calling. I didn't answer. She sent messages. I didn't read them until one morning I finally picked up. I needed answers. I needed closure. "How long?" I asked. "Since December," she admitted. "That was when I had gone out of town for work." "In our bed?" She hesitated, then nodded. Something inside me shattered. And then, the final question, the one that made my blood run cold. "Were you planning to stay with me, even after getting pregnant?" Her answer? Yes. I hung up the phone and never spoke to her again. The days after cutting her off felt strange, like I was floating in a dream that wasn't mine. My apartment, once filled with laughter and warmth, now felt like a graveyard of memories I didn't want anymore. I hated that space, hated the walls that had heard her lies, hated the bed where she had betrayed me. So I did the only thing I could. I started over. I broke my lease, packed my things, and moved into a new place with a close friend. A fresh start, a new beginning. But no matter how much I changed my surroundings, the weight of it all still clung to me. I wasn't just grieving the relationship. I was grieving the person I thought she was. She had promised me forever. She had told me she loved me in a way no one else could. And yet the moment she got caught, she looked me in the eye and admitted she had been lying all along. That kind of betrayal doesn't just hurt, it rewires your entire brain. For the first few weeks, I kept expecting her to call, to show up, to try to fix things. But she didn't. Instead, she turned the tables. A few days after I left, a mutual friend told me she had posted online claiming I was abusive, that I had driven her into the arms of her affair partner, that she was finally happy now. At first, I wanted to fight back, to defend myself, to scream the truth. But then I realized I didn't need to, because the people who mattered, they already knew. Her lies crumbled within hours. Every mutual friend, every person who had seen our relationship firsthand, called her out. They blasted her until she deleted the post. And that's when I knew. I didn't owe her anything. Not my time, not my energy, not even my anger. So I stopped looking back. Instead, I started looking forward. I went back to work. I reconnected with old friends. I picked up hobbies I had neglected because I was too busy trying to fix a relationship that was already broken. I got tested, clean. I changed every password, locked down every account, just in case. I even considered getting a pet. Something loyal. Something that wouldn't lie to my face while sleeping in my bed. And slowly, bit by bit, I started feeling like myself again. I won't lie and say it was easy. Some nights, the weight of it all still pressed down on me, making it hard to breathe. Some mornings I woke up and instinctively reached for her, only to remember she wasn't there. But each day it got better, and one day I woke up and realized I didn't miss her anymore. I didn't miss the fights. I didn't miss the doubt. I didn't miss the constant nagging feeling that something was wrong. I was free. And for the first time in a long time, that felt damn good. If you've ever been through something like this, betrayed, blindsided, heartbroken, just know this: you are stronger than you think. One day you'll wake up and realize the weight you've been carrying isn't so heavy anymore. One day you'll look back and wonder why you ever thought you needed someone who could hurt you like that, and one day you'll be free. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more shocking real-life stories happening around you.